Oh my god.
Ah.
This is out of my comfort zone and straight into yours.
Yep. I've loaded the entirety of my Golden Sun knowledge into RAM for this next few weeks.
He has got all the knowledge. So am I right in thinking this is your favourite game ever?
Yep,
Oh boy.
by a pretty big margin. First game, then the second game, and then Etrian Odyssey 5, and then the third game. Not that way. I think you can also go inside most of the houses. I don't think there's much point to doing it during the sword sequence, but you can.
I like that. There's not much point to doing it. But you can do it.
This is very much if you can do it, it will let you, and the devs thought that you could do it. Like the first example, you can walk away from Garrett and he catches up to you and gets mad. He still joins you, but there's other ways of doing it.
Run! Do you think I'll die? Nah.
You know what's funny? If you say yes, he stays there and it says, "This is it for me, save yourself." If you come back here later and you left him to die, he's not there anymore. But if you say he's gonna be fine, he comes back. Well, one thing I should tell you about the battle system in this game does not have intelligent targeting. Like, if you attack someone, and by the time his turn comes around, the target's dead, the character will defend instead of attacking somebody else.
Okay, so it doesn't do the most useful thing.
Yeah. He just defends when your turn comes around. The third game changes that. The first and second do not.
I mean, the first and second were made at the same time, so...
Yeah, I honestly don't think it's that big of a deal. Because the only times where it's particularly relevant are in just random mob encounters. And honestly, if you know what you're doing, or rather, if you have like a feel for how much damage you do, it's not even gonna be a problem. So like, I think yes, it's kind of weird, but I was never really bothered by it. I think that's all the fights, because there are some fights in the prologue, but they're all scripted. Oh, I guess I can go over the menu controls. Select will open the status menu, or A when you're not talking to anything. And Start opens the save and the options menu. Like change settings, like window color, text speed, speech noises.
Fuck me, that's trippy.
Yeah. So you can pick window color, window brightness. Yeah, I usually do fast, speech sounds on, I'll just leave off. And window color, I pick a different one every playthrough. Just mix it up. The status menu won't really do much for you right now. But it will later.
So I guess crits are random?
Mm-hmm.
As is tradition.
Later on, weapons will do other things, but I can talk about them when we get there. That little boy there, try talking to him. That was it. You can move on.
See, ain't that neat?
Yeah, this game is wild. Well, that looks like a problem.
That does look like a quite significant problem. No, it's fine.
I mean, that should have been pretty obvious what would happen next.
I mean, it's fairly obvious. I mean, to be fair, it's quite a dour opening, isn't it?
No.
Wait, wrong button. There we go. It is kind of a door opening, yeah.
Like,
Storm starts. Jenna loses both of her parents and her brother, and Isaac loses his father, all in that freak storm accident. And then these two guys show up and had something to do with it. Isaac is a mute protagonist, so most of what you say is either yes or no in reaction to things, and the vast majority of the time it won't matter. So you can just answer however you feel like.
is he still mute in the third game?
He's only mute in the first game, he's not in the second.
Okay. They're dead, Garrett.
this is one of the much longer cutscenes in the game, but it's doing that to frame everything, honestly. Most cutscenes aren't nowhere near this long.
So from what I understand, the first 2 games are 2 halves of the same story. And then the 3rd game is like an epilogue.
It's set 30 years after the first 2 games. So it's like what happens to this world after the events of the first 2 games.
And I'm right in thinking we never get a resolution to Alex.
Yes. How do you know about Alex?
You told me
Actually,
about
don't
Alex.
answer, Alex. Yeah, I could probably figure it out. Hold up.
You told me it's like there is something this motherfucker is never gonna get resolved, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep. And I don't think Golden Sun 4 is ever going to exist, so... Oh,
Alright, I'm gonna say this right now.
Are you saying it's because you're streaming it, it's going to happen?
A, this keeps happening. It's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And secondly, there is a non-zero chance.
I suppose, but I still think it's really low. I know they haven't forgotten, but...
I feel like both games getting dropped on NSO at the same time and them hyping it up was kind of like a... This is
Yeah,
important.
but they do that. They do that all the time, though. But I guess they do want to, like, make the franchise more visible. Didn't they get dropped on Wii U at the same time?
I don't know about the same time, but I know they were. And I mean, let's just be clear. Advance Wars came back. F-Zero
Yeah,
came back.
That was weird.
You know, all these franchises have come back. Thousand Year Door got a goddamn remake.
I would like it to come back. I won't hold my breath, but I'd like it to come back.
I mean, let's be real here. There's a non-zero chance that Camelot says, you know what, we're kind of gonna take a break from the sports games. Because that's all they do.
Yep.
And I mean, they go and remake this. And Lost Age, because obviously it's one story.
Mm-hmm. No more passwords. Yum yum.
Like... It is a non-zero chance. I mean, let's be clear. I'm getting Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think that was coming back ever.
I didn't think that was coming back ever, because I thought they would have done it by now. But here we are 10 years
Yeah.
later, and they're like... Hell yeah. Also, we just fixed that roof.
Yep. We did.
But you know, I think Nintendo's got a bit more interest in their old RPGs.
Yeah. They clearly have never forgotten this.
No, I don't think they've ever really forgotten Golden Sun.
So you've got our 3 party members. Isaac is the, I guess, standard hero type, an all-rounder. Starts with some basic healing spells. Garrett is more of a tank. Uses fire, and then Jenna is a bit of a mage type.
She looks
Quick
a bit
and-
squishy, but she has high PV.
Quick and squishy, but stalls. Yeah. While this isn't relevant yet, Synergy points regenerate over time as you walk around accepted towns. So it's like if you're walking around the overworld or dungeons, you gradually recover your PP.
Alright, so what we've got. So I guess these are field moves we can use.
Cure is either or, and move and retreat are field moves, yeah.
Okay.
If you're in this menu, you go back, you can press L or R, pick a character, and then, well, select the Synergy, and then it gets bound to the shoulder button. You can change it however you want. Garrett also has move.
Garrett also has move. Okay.
Jenna just knows Flare. Yes,
Which
the
is-
lowest level fire spell is called Flare. in
Fuck
this
me. That's
game. Garrett squished his sister's flowers and is kind of mad about that. This is the revival place. You can revive people, cure poison, exorcise evil spirits, and then remove curse, which is cursed equipment.
okay.
The last 2 will not be relevant for a while, but service is there in every town. And when you game over, you will wake up in the sanctum of the town you were just in.
Oh, it's the Power Rangers again.
Oh, hey, it's you. So based on the framing, Isaac, Garrett, etc. were 14 years old when the storm hit. And then this is 3 years later when the game starts kicking off. No.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it will go around the room.
Yeah, it's like... yes, they wanted something.
We can't do anything until we confirm it. Well, let's go confirm it.
It's like, we can't have baseless accusations. So let's go to the right.
Look around. Yeah, that's basically the scene. I love it. Bane's a bit of a troublemaker for an old man. Bane's a non-combatant, so don't worry about it.
Oh, he's just here
He's just here. If you actually had a combat party member, you get a jingle.
You get notified.
Right now, you just. But right now, we just have the three of them: Ice Carrot and Jenna. You'll be able to come back here later, but you can't get rid of this with move.
Not with that attitude.
The range of move is like you have to be right next to the object.
No, so you've got to be
Like-
right there.
Like right there within like one tile or so. I guess 2 tiles if like you're standing 2 tiles away from the object. And jumping on top of things like that is a range of also 2 tiles. Or 1 tile gap, however you want to call it.
I mean, that is pretty neat.
No.
Don't mind me.
He learned how stealth works. So welcome to Sol's Sanctum, the tutorial dungeon of this game.
Okay, so we can jump across 1 tile wide gaps.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you hold down B to run, but I think you already knew that. I think Garrett also knows Flare at level 1. But Garrett has less PP than Jenna does.
Oh, he did.
Since PP regenerates in this game, there's little downside to just having Jenna with
Cast
Flare.
flare every time. Wild mushroom. Now you get this cast flare.
It's a range of 3, so like the middle target will take the most damage, and then there's moderate fall off on the ones on either side.
Okay.
Yeah, the ranges of Synergy are 1, 3, 5, and 7. There's very few 7s. Most of them are 3s or 5s. Yeah, so that's how this game handles AoEs. It's just whether it's next to things.
Okay, well, there's nothing over there. Okay, but Jen is fast.
That is quite fast, yeah.
So we're missing an eyeball.
Are you wondering what that object is, or...
No, my GBA just died.
Oh. Now we gotta use another controller.
No, there we go. A small jewel. I wonder what that could be for.
I couldn't possibly tell you, because that would be cheating.
Yeah, so I've never played this game. And yeah, this is this guy's favourite game ever.
You'll see why.
And I decided, you know what, it is probably about damn time I actually sat down and played this.
You gotta play You gotta play a JRPG at some point. Might as well just play a simple one. Oh yeah, PP will steadily regenerate, but HP will not. That's why Isaac is Cure.
Ooh, something's happened. There, let's cast Flare again. I love their hurt sprites. Mastered Quake.
Quake is the basic Earth type spell. Has the same cost and range as Flare. You want to see you want to see like their full stats, you go to the status screen. It's the thing that looks like a pages, yeah. You keep hitting A, cycle through it. Stats, Synergy, I think it's equipment after that.
Quake, 4 PP. Ah, so it's got a range of 3, I see.
Yeah, it's got 4 PP, range of 3, just like Flare.
What's the equipped item for?
Where? Like here?
Yeah.
Just to see what you have equipped, like your gear at a glance.
Ah, I see.
The elemental power and resistance is just how you attack and defend with various elements. Obviously, since Isaac is Earth Adept, he's got more in Earth power than the others. You'll get to mix and match later, but we'll get to that. It's after the prologue.
That looks so goofy.
It does.
Just you? Gary's now level 2 guard, HP goes up a bit. So agility is speed, I gather.
Yeah, agility is speed.
Does that also affect your odds of dodging, or?
I'm not sure, actually. Dodges are actually pretty rare in this game, and they can only happen on regular attacks.
Okay, so you can't dodge psi energy attacks.
Also, like the +8, +3, +4, whatever. Those are like the actual base stats, and then whatever class he is actually assigns a multiplier to it after that. Like Garrett's default class is Guard, which is high HP, high defense, low PP, like subpar agility, stuff like that. So like when you change your class, your stats will also radically change to reflect that. What a strange dead end.
Ah. Look at them slimes.
This is the sanity check encounter.
Level 2 Flame User?
Yeah, that's Jenna's class is Flame User.
You know, at least battles in this game are fast.
Yeah, they're pretty quick. Which is a shame because the battle music sounds so good. It takes like a little over a minute for it to loop. Battles won't last that long.
You know what it is about this game that's interesting to me? It's very Dragon Quest, isn't it?
How so?
In the battle system.
Oh, yeah. It's actually better than Dragon Quest because agility has no variance.
Ooh, a chest.
So thankfully, turn order in this game is like Pokemon, in which the agility is your turn order and it's set in stone from that.
Oh, okay. So if you're
like,
faster than the enemy...
Yeah, you will reliably know what the turn order is going to be like every time. And if it's like if it's a speed tie, then it's a coin flip. Not like Dragon Quest, where your speed every turn is roll a number between 0 and your speed stat, and that's your initiative for the turn.
I got a herb.
Ah, I wonder where this goes.
Yeah, Garrett's got flair. Jenna, bonk up your stiff. So how do you see PP regenerate? Or does it just happen?
It just happens.
Okay. Oh yeah, it does.
Like, you notice it's already full up again. It's based on a percentage of max PP.
So it will restore, like, 10% of your max PP every few steps.
Something like that. It's not, the number's obviously not quite that big, but it's something like that. It's like 1% every couple steps or whatever. So like even at higher levels where your spells cost more, you'll still get about the same rate of regeneration. Oh, so you are getting bullied.
I'm getting absolutely bullied by that vermin.
This is where like all of those herbs and Purus energy you have in storage
Yes,
might come in handy.
Item. Herb.
Click use, and then on whoever. Oh yeah, some consumable items and such, they stack up. The max size of a stack is 30.
Okay.
Things like equipment and key items, etc., they take up one entire slot. And each person has room for 15 things.
Alright, let's see.
This is also the room that tells you how far move can reach.
A maze.
Ghost.
Ooh.
It's a bit bulky. Oh yeah, another bit of visual feedback on like attacks. Like it says like take such and such damage. If it ends with 1 exclamation point, it's normal amount of damage. This is relevant for like elemental attacks. If it ends with says takes 10 damage, but it's a full stop, that's resisted. And if it's 3 exclamation points, it's the weak point. Like, I know, like for example, I know that these ghosts are weak to fire.
Level 3 Squire.
So if you hit it with flare, you would see a damage number. Oh my god!
I got an oil drop?
That is a it's a consumable item that casts a stronger version of flare when used. I didn't know the things in here could drop those. It's like all new drops by default will go to Isaac, but you like pass them around to someone else. Like you see 1 exclamation point, it's neutral. But then you cast flare, you see wait, what? Oh, wind? I'm so used to the ghost being weak to fire.
I mean...
Oh, let me look it up. Not like it matters, because it's the tutorial, but I thought for sure that Amaces were weak to fire. Oh, they're weak to wind. Wow, okay.
An undead enemy that's not weak to fire.
It's most resistant to water. And now what Golden Sun is most known for, the pan flute.
It's like, hey, Is there is there a reason not to? The sun and the moon. Okay, so that's a full PP restore.
Yeah, but one time only. I think they regenerate when you leave the dungeon. Obviously, it's not relevant here. You only have the one. But yeah, those little rocks fully restore your PP and then disintegrate. I think you need to be a tiny bit closer. There we go. Fun fact, if you post that statue there, but you don't push the sun statue in the hole, a slightly different cutscene plays where it looks like there's a storm going on outside.
Huh.
I wonder why that is. And if you try to, like, push it back again, it'll push it, but then the game will be smart and then push it back. I'll observe from down here where it's safe.
Okay, so that's turned that one into the moon and that one into the sun.
So it has. That's part of why I like this game. The puzzles in here aren't like too complicated, but they're very pretty and they're very easy to understand. Also, the sprite work in this game is just kind of gorgeous. Also, for reasons I'm not entirely sure of, Isaac specifically uses a different sprite set while in this room, where his face looks a lot smaller. I don't know why that is. And it's just they decided to use a prototype face for this room, and they just didn't change it.
What's the ocean? So Venus is Earth. Mercury is water, which, okay. Mars is fire, which makes sense. And Jupiter is wind.
That makes sense too.
Yeah, why is Mercury water?
I'm not quite sure why.
I mean, it's the first 4 planets, so...
It's the first 4, yeah. Because, like, the only other planet you could really use here is Saturn, and I don't know where you fit that. And then he mentions alchemy searching for the Philosopher's Stone. Conquering the world.
I couldn't ask. Would you? Four mithril bags.
One for each of them.
Should we be taking these?
No comment at this time.
You know, do you ever look at something and think, they're probably here for a reason?
We're getting to that. You got the Mercury Star. Want to save your game at some point, just in case?
Yeah, I probably should.
You know, it's your game. You can do whatever you want.
Oh dear.
That's odd. Why hasn't Kraden said anything yet? Oh.
I mean,
Go on.
well, let's think about it this way. They want the stars. I've got the stars.
Uh-huh.
They kill the friends. I dump the stars. All the chips are on my side of the board.
It's true. Though, I don't know what happens if you dump the stars. Oh my god, he was alive this whole time.
Well, shit.
Oh, damn it. Things have now changed. You can tell he's evil because he's unnecessarily hot.
I'm polite.
And polite. Yes, Garrett, there are 4 of them.
I mean, I'm starting to consider that Duke could just fucking fly.
Yeah. He can.
That is definitely a,
It's a bit concerning. Also, teleport.
Yeah, it's like, huh. Only one of you has magical powers.
And to be sure, the woman knows Synergy. Safe to assume the man does as well. You know, you said earlier that these stars were in here for a reason.
Huh. Cacodemon?
One of my favorite lines of dialogue is when you answer yes to that question, and Garrett goes, "Yeah, I know it's a rock, stupid." Can we go now, please?
Don't die. Maybe we'll try not to.
I promise nothing, but I'll do my best. And then after this cutscene, Isaac's face goes back to normal.
That is weird.
This turned out badly, wouldn't you say? Yes.
We're ignoring the giant floating eyeball.
What giant floating eyeball? I don't see it. Oh, that one! Right, yeah, I remember.
So basically it's one big volcano.
Yep. Mount Aleph is a volcano. A formerly dormant volcano.
So if the elemental stars are used to ignite the flames of the 4 lighthouses, the power of alchemy will be released.
Fun fact, you can walk out of here, but you could also use retreat to shortcut your way back to the entrance. It doesn't really matter because there's no random encounters in here, but you can do that. I just noticed on the ground, I thought it was nothing, but no, it's a symbol of the sun. Because the lighthouses have similar entrances, but they have a, like, more of a pattern inscribed on the ground.
Whoops.
Well, that's a problem. Yes. Have you ever watched Courage the Cowardly Dog before?
Yes.
Okay. Because this next scene has always reminded me of, like, Courage narrating a bad story.
Yeah, it is a bit. And then everybody died.
I don't know why they're running like that in circles, but it always tickles me. This scene has a funny false game over in it as well.
Giant sentient eyeball.
They can project thoughts into people's minds.
Okay, that's an interesting conundrum, isn't it? So, there is now nowhere for the stars to go.
Mm-hmm.
So now what do we do with them?
That's a good question. But for the time being, I think we need to end up chasing those guys down before they can light the lighthouses, right? That decision is where the false gain over comes in. If you say no, they say, well, I can't blame you, and you can walk around for a while, but if you try to leave the sanctum, you get a cutscene that says, and so the world drifted off until it's faded to destruction, and then you get like a little screen that lets you reload from right before you said no.
Hey, what's up?
What are you doing? You all saw that, right? Yes. And then what?
Find the lighthouses. It's like, right, if we put the stars back in them, apocalypse. So...
The gym that broke out of the cavern, the cavern will be useful. I'd love to help, but I'm too busy meditating. Yeah.
It's like, sorry, I'm too busy
drying my hair, each of them, individually. This game is special.
So where do we go? So hey, Mr. Floating Eyeball thing. Yeah? Where the fuck are these lighthouses? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Have you tried looking at a map?
They're lighthouses. You can't miss them.
I just realized all the lighthouses are near a body of water in this game. I hadn't even thought about it. I don't understand what's with the cat and the dog. They just keep running around. Stop! Best part of this game is when he says, "Can I join you?" and you say no.
What happens if you say no?
Do it. Say no.
How long does this go on for?
Keep going. They do this with the second game too, except the last time this happens, you have to say yes in order to refuse them. This is the tutorial. So when you get a Ginny by default, it's on standby, which means it's not doing anything for you stat-wise. When you set a Ginny, that's what alters your class.
Okay.
If you give, you can either mix and match, or you can give the adepts the Jin that just matches their element instead. The ones where you give them all the matching element makes them obviously more powerful in that one element, whereas if you like mix and match, you're like not as good, but you have two different elements at your disposal.
Okay.
And you can see at a glance what it'll do to your classes. Now when a Ginny is set, you click that. When you unleash a Ginny, it goes to standby, so you lose the bonus, but you unleash some sort of attack. Most of them are just like attacks, but there are some that have support effects as well. And then when Jin are on standby, they go up there, and that's when you can summon things. Summons require a certain amount of standby Jin and attack all enemies. Summons generally do more damage than other attacks of that nature. But after you use a summon, the Jin that get used go into recovery. So they can't do anything yet, and then you have to wait for them to recover, and then they automatically set themselves once they do. So it kind of forms a loop.
So we set them, and if they're set, we get stat buffs.
You get stat buffs and it alters your class. You can choose to unleash them during a fight for whatever effect. Flint is just a big damaging attack. Whenever you unleash it, it goes into standby, and when Jin are on standby, you can use them for summons. And then when you summon, they go into recovery, and then they
go back to set after recovering.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the overall, you just walk around. In battle, they recover at the rate of 1 at the end of every round per 1 at the end of every round per person. So if you give the Flint to Isaac, it just makes his squire bigger. If you give a Earth Jin to Garrett, he becomes a brute, which is a lot more attack, a lot less PP. Like
and
you can see
defense, and less luck. And he gains growth.
Yeah, he gains growth and loses flare.
What does growth do?
It is single target, but there are actually some overworld puzzles that use growth.
Okay, so we probably want to.
And the summon command will not be visible unless you have at least one Jin on standby.
Okay, so in theory, I could not set him in the first place and just have him on standby.
Yeah, if you wanted.
And that would still let me summon.
And that would still let you summon. You just don't need to.
No, it seems more advantageous to set them first, use them.
Yeah.
And then summon.
Also, as the game progresses, you can go into like big boss fights and have a bunch of Jin on standby and just like unload all of your summons at once. And people have done that. The drawback is that it makes you very weak because you'll be stuck in your default classes usually.
Level 3 guard.
So don't forget that Isaac has Cure. That's your. Oh yeah, that little jingle. That meant the genie is set again.
Okay, so he's set already. That's
Yeah. The overall gin recovery is fairly quick. I think zombies are weak to fire. Yeah, zombies are weak to fire.
slimes.
Down characters do not get experience, just so you know.
Okay.
And reviving them is just like Dragon Quest. You go to the Sanctum to revive them, and it's like they're level times 10, I think. You can always run. I don't think the run rates are that bad in this game. Oh yeah, and then the Earth power going up by 10. That is also a thing summons do. Based on the strength of the summon and how many Jin you used, your elemental power will go up by a bit. Like if it's a 1 Jin summon, then it's 10. If it's 2, then it's 30. 3 is 60, and 4 is 100.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, so like, and also the rule of thumb is like, with each new Jin you add of the same element, the summon's power roughly doubled. So like the 2 Jin summon is twice as strong as the 1. The 3 is twice as strong as the 2, and the 4 is twice as strong as the 3. Oh, it's times 20. Okay.
Alright, so where are we going?
Forward. I don't know where I recommend following roads.
Zambi.
Any relation to Zamboni?
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, and Kave. Never mind. And locked Kave.
Quite.
What is that?
There are small items and trees waving around like that. You use the catch beads that you just got from Garrett's brother and equip them. And whoever has it equipped learns the catch synergy, you can grab them out of the trees. Anyone can equip the catch beads, so you can just give it to whomever you want. And you go on the synergy menu, and you click catch.
Not.
Do I have to have them equipped to have catch, or is it just...
Yeah, you have to equip it. Whoever has it equipped knows catch.
Okay.
It is a field synergy and costs 1 PB. But that is all it does. It is not a battle synergy. Yeah, the only synergies you can use on the field and in a fight are healing ones.
So when your earth power goes up, what does that signify?
Go into the status menu. It's easier if I just illustrate. And press A. You see those numbers like power and resist? Like 104, but then like 70-ish on all the others.
Yeah.
Those are how well, like what signifies your attack and defense with it, and you basically view those as percentages. So
Okay.
Isaac's power, you multiply whatever he does Earth-based by 1.04, and if he's taking damage from an Earth attack, his defense is multiplied by 1.14 or whatever. Summons are the only way you can directly boost the elemental power of something in a fight. When you set a Jin, it increments power and resistance by 5 of that element. So if you go to Garrett, he has 1 equipped, and it should be like 80 and 90
Yeah.
instead of 70, whatever.
But if I was to...
Give it to him, Isaac's power would go up to 106 and 116, I believe. 109. Oh yeah. Start at 104.
Okay. But if you...
Yeah,
so if you level up your earth, wind, fire, and water, that makes sense, okay.
Yeah, so like this Jin are there to increase your power with that. So if you like focus on Earth, for example, your Isaac's Earth power can get really, really high, but he can only use Earth stuff.
Okay.
Same with anyone else. If you want to mix and match classes, you usually do it by giving 1 element to Jin to the person. So if you wanted Isaac to learn fire stuff, you would only give him fire Jin. You wouldn't give him any wind or anything, because the classes don't work like that. The classes are largely double elements.
Okay, so you can only really have 2 elements per...
Yeah, there are 3. There are tri-elemental classes, but you need like 3 each of 2 different elements. So that's a very late game thing. Well, that doesn't look good.
Hmm.
So here's our first town, Vault.
This is the sanctum here.
Yeah, most towns will have an inn, a weapon shop, an armor shop, and an item shop.
There's the inn. This looks like weapons.
Weapons and armor are usually in one place, where one desk will have armor, the other guy will have weapons. Artifacts are the... Oh, repairs is like, they're items you can use during a fight, but they have a chance of breaking if used. Artifacts are like the more rare, exotic things. Rare armor won't show up for a while. Rare weapons actually show up fairly early. I think the first rare weapon you get is a staff, but you can see at a glance what you can get. Yeah, anyone can wear clothes. Shields are warrior types like Isaac and Garrett. Anyone can have gloves. The armlets are mage types, which you don't have yet. I think anyone can equip the leather cap, and circlets are also only for mage types.
Okay, so how do I know the... I see.
That. It also tells you what you currently have equipped in that slot, and what it'll do to your actual stats.
Okay, so that's pretty decent for Garrett.
You can equip, say yes, and if they want, you can automatically sell what you just had.
Oh, thank God. Right.
Yeah, stop interface in this game is nice. They already have gloves, so no worries there.
They all wear a hat? Yeah.
By default, neither of them are wearing hats. I've noticed buying weapons in this game happens a bit less often than buying armor. Also, you just bought a lot of stuff on armor. I think right now both of them have short swords. Yeah, they both have short swords.
So a longsword is pretty substantial. A battle axe, Jesus,
even more substantial. Like, you notice it's 280. Mace is less, but mage types can equip maces.
Okay.
So usually the price is an indicator of how much damage you're getting out of it. Like, the battle axe costing more than the longsword is like that for a reason. She's got, like, consumables, herbs, and antidotes.
Herbs and antidotes, okay.
Also, whenever you, like, find a rare piece of weapon or armor or whatever, the shopkeeper will say, this is a rare thing, and then give you the selling price, but if you ever want to buy it back, it will always be in the artifact section of a shop, no matter where you sold it to. There's one exception, and I think it was flagged that way accidentally, because if you transfer the item to the second game, it is flagged as a rare item, but it's not in the first game. For now, just walk around, explore this place.
Doesn't seem like there's a great deal here.
Oh my gosh, it's a shiny rock. Oh, you can read the bookcases, by the way. They're not just for show. You can also look in pots, but I don't know, like, what all has cooped up in tiny place. There is actually a way to tell later what pots have things in them and what don't, but that's not for a while. Oh, look, some money.
I got coins.
Right now, I think most of what you'll find in jars are like herbs, coins, maybe an antidote or two. He looks important.
He can read minds. That's already a bit of a.
Yep, he can.
You know, you could just ask.
Wait for it. Yes, it is frightening. Come here, Garrett. Something that gets hinted here is that only adepts can see when Synergy is being used.
Okay.
It's like if you're using Mind Read, people might look at you weird, but they won't suspect a thing. So Ivan can read minds, as you know, and Mind Read is a utility Synergy, as you know. But take a peek at his stats. It's like Jenna, but even more extreme. In his default class, Ivan is the black mage of this game. Very fast, very high PP, good damage, but incredibly squishy. This is actually why I give Ivan Venus Gin, because it mitigates his squishiness issue, and it also gives him access to Cure. Something got stolen. So Hammett's rock got stolen. You can read pretty much anybody's mind, but you have to be right next to him. Sometimes you can also get, like, hints as to where you might want to go next. Like the Goma Range. That sounds important.
It does, doesn't it?
However, Ivan will not leave Vault until you find his stuff. Oh, and since you left your party, technically, the shoulder button shortcut is gone, so you'll have to reassign it. Since Synergy, I haven't been set to L.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, Whirlwind is... blows away bushes.
Oh, okay.
You'll know it when you see it. So how this works is that Garrett's going to block the exit, Ivan will move on his own, and all you have to do is box one of them in. He basically only moves in our circle.
Let's search the inn.
Also, you might want to heal Isaac. Just giving you a hint. Oh, Nuts heal 200 HP, so you won't be using those for a while.
Yeah, they sound highly valuable.
Quite a bit. It's a mid-game consumable. A mint is a consumable that permanently boosts the speed of whoever eats it.
Oh, so that's like a...
It's like a seed of agility or whatever. Yeah, it's a permanent boost to whoever eats it. I don't know how much you boost it by. Let me see. I'm guessing 5. I have no idea.
Hmm.
30. Maybe it's 4. I don't know. No, it'll be 5.
So in this inn somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
is the stuff.
That's correct.
Hello.
I know. He's been trussed.
Dodonpa. The Tanuki?
Do you have any idea how I felt when I was playing Team Sonic Racing? I just keep saying that name like I can't unthink Golden Sun. I just can't. So you got like a little mini boss here to deal with. Oh, you gave Flint back to Isaac. That's what happened. Okay.
Let's use Flare again. Try again. Ow!
Good.
So I'm guessing that Earth Power buff is permanent.
Yes. But it won't stack. So like if you try and if you end up summoning Venus again, you don't get the plus 10 boost. You would have to summon something bigger to get a bigger boost. Ooh, Earthquake.
And fire.
And fire.
And a bandit sword.
And you get the bandit sword.
Please stop doing that.
Lock them up.
Stole his wife's ashes, alright.
stuff. And I had to kidnap, but shit.
Yeah, nothing bad's gonna happen.
And the mayor has some fronts.
As you see the old man. So, Water of Life is a revive?
Is a full revive, yes.
A full revive, Jesus.
They can be bought, but very rarely. There's only a limited number of them. So you want to save those Water of Lives for more dangerous situations. That button has a down arrow on it.
Ah. That's what we were told to say.
You can't do anything here yet. You want to head for the Gomo range.
And bat.
Oh, right. Forgot about the Bandit Sword.
Yeah, we should probably,
The Bandit Sword is a light blade. Should be further on the... Yeah, there it is. So there's this boost. When it says Unleashes Rapid Smash, weapons that have it have a 35% chance of unleashing, which is... It's kind of like a crit, but it's like a special thing the weapon can do. And the Unleash will generally do more base damage than the weapon's attack does, and then may also sometimes have an extra effect to go along with it.
I see.
Yeah. The Bandit Sword is kind of funky in that is that when it unleashes, it has a 50-50 chance of doing 90% or 180% damage from a normal attack. So there's a chance that it's weaker than a normal attack.
But there's
It's
a
weird
chance
'cause that's
that is...
that it could double the damage, just random. That was weaker, because it only smashed once. If it were more, you would see it smash twice. Venusaur is a weird one, because that's the only weapon where the Unleash can be weaker. Everything else, it's either everything else the Unleash is stronger in some way. Well, always stronger, rather, instead of sometimes weaker. Any weapon bought as an artifact in the weapon shop will have some sort of Unleash on it. Like, I think the next town you go to has the Magic Rod, which is a staff with an Unleash on it. I don't remember when the first sword with an Unleash comes up besides this one.
It's the Onion Boy.
I know we're Final Fantasy 3 now. That's kind of deceptive. The range of Whirlwind is the same as the range of Move, maybe less. Actually, I think it might be less. So, him doing Whirlwind in a cutscene is kind of magical.
Cutscene powers, alright.
Only time you ever see that. This time he joins our party for good.
That's what we wanted. We got Sanji. Geladut.
What?
Oof.
The skeleton is actually fairly dangerous for an early game enemy.
Ghost and a zombie.
And a skeleton. We are maximum undead in here.
No, it's fairly obvious what we want to do with this.
I see you notice a little indent in the ground. If you see an indent like that, the object will just stay there, even if you leave the room. So here's the thing with Ginny. Most of them you have to fight in order for them to join you, but they have a chance of running from battle. And when they do that, you have to reload the room. So I've usually made it a habit, whenever I see a Jin active like that, I save right before I fight it.
Yeah, so you can just reload.
Yeah. I love seeing Ivan in one-shot range.
Yeah, I should probably,
That's back the way you came.
There's nothing on the north path?
No, there is not. There's a dead end. Ooh, okay. So whenever that happens, if you kill an enemy with a Jin that is its weakness, you'll get that little glowy effect. It will quadruple the enemy's drop rate, and it'll give 30% more XP. Just so long as the offensive Jin you used is the killing blow, and it's a weakness.
Lovely.
Isaac's about to die.
Fine. Level 5 Windseer.
Actually, I need to check to see if you get more coins from killing an enemy with weakness. Yeah, you get more XP and coins. I've forgotten. I just remember the XP because that's usually the more relevant bit.
Level 5 Guard.
It's not getting more synergy. I guess it's level 6.
Lucky Medal.
That is used for something later.
Oh, another Skeleton, right.
You ever, like, throw a coin into a fountain for good luck?
No.
Fair enough. Later, there's a special fountain you can throw lucky medals into and for goodies. But it won't be for quite a while, so hold on to them.
A Willhead.
Willhead what?
I don't know. Willy?
Hey. Ah, our friend.
Mars Jin, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Mars is
Also,
fire.
yeah, as you can probably guess, attacking it with fire won't do very much.
No, I imagine not.
I think Mars Gym resistance value is like 100, It's like 180 for their matching element.
You know what's nuts about using Venus to attack? It's like, that clearly doesn't look like an Earth attack.
193. Okay, that's even worse. So it basically just takes half damage from anything fire-based. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that unleashes are also elemental much of the time.
Okay.
So who you give the weapon to can usually affect what you do with it. The Bandit Sword Unleash is wind-based. So if you gave the Bandit Sword to, say, Ivan, which you could, it would gain a bit more power because Ivan's wind power is higher than the others. Also, I love Forge. Forge is so good.
Boost party attack with Flame's Fury.
It is a AoE 25% attack buff to the party. Buffs go as high as 50%, and debuffs go as low as, I think, minus 25%. Unless it's agility, where it can go double that, but there are very few agility boosts. If you do that, you actually get a shortcut to the start of the dungeon.
Okay. Okay, so it's an attack buff. That's pretty cool.
It is an attack buff, yeah. And because of that, and since like most Jin attacks use are based off your attack multiplier, boosting your attack will generally also boost your Jin damage as well.
Okay, so having Forge at all times is probably...
Forge remains relevant for both games in their entirety. Because there is an AoE attack buff synergy, but its strength is half of that of Forge. Fun fact. You know that tree that looks like a man?
Yeah.
You can use Mind Read on it.
I can Mind Read the tree? Oh.
Yeah. It might not just be a tree.
That's, trolling.
That's one way to put it. So we've got Bilibin here.
Yeah, that's probably a good place to stop.
Okay.
New town.
Fair enough. Got past the prologue and did the first
Dungeon?
first mini boss, first real dungeon. You know, the Goma Range. Goma Range is the first real dungeon. And then we got our work cut out for us next time. We gotta figure out what's with that man tree over there, and also what else is going on in this town because it's playing very sad music.
It's very dire, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Just a bit. Right, so tomorrow, because we're going to continue this tomorrow, I wouldn't be allowed not to. I've got to explore
I'm
Bilibin
interested in this.
and see what's going on, I guess. Ominous.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. I'm sure it's nothing nefarious.
I'm sure it'll all be fine. Don't worry about it.
Fine.